Thank you for coming to my speech. This is an informative speech on veterans and mental illness and possible ways of treatment. But the main possible treatment that I'm going to be discussing is medical marijuana. Medical marijuana has been made legal in several states, including recreational. Veterans are at a 58% higher risk of suicide due to mental illness than anyone who's not served. At a 31% of veterans, or 31% of veterans who have served or who have gone on a deployment of any sort come back with some sort of mental illness, primarily PTSD, according to the Stop Soldier Suicide website. Medical marijuana is one of the main researched treatments for really any sort of mental illness disorder, whether it be bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, PTSD, or so on. According to Kevin Berthauser, and the use and effect of cannabis on active and retired veterans, medical marijuana has shown to have a 75% reduction in symptoms and PTSD in his patients. 55.2 million people a year, and not just military, but everyone, gets diagnosed with a mental illness of some sort, whether that be PTSD, schizophrenia, paranoia, bipolar disorder. Medical marijuana can be used as a recreational drug. There's a reason why it's illegal in several states. There's a reason why it's illegal in a lot of other countries as well. However, medical marijuana is less addictive than cigarettes, alcohol, any other sort of thing that you can buy that's age restricted. For example, Colorado has age-restricted recreational and medicinal marijuana to 18 and recreational to 21. How they get around and how they profit from legalizing recreational marijuana is putting a heavy taxation on it, using it to fund government projects. And Texas could also benefit from finishing some roads that they haven't yet finished, and I'm sure all of us have experienced. Maybe some new schools in some rural areas, some more volunteer firefighter departments for rural areas, and better law enforcement training all around. According to the Colorado Public Radio, posted an article stating that Colorado implemented a heavy taxation on all sales of marijuana, which had a projected revenue income of the year they did it in 2014 of $134 million. I found from other sources that they actually broke the projected value at I believe it was 324 million. Sorry. I believe that the Texas and federal government could benefit substantially from legalizing medical marijuana to support these troops American veterans, soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, they all are the backbone of the American society. They go overseas and fight for our freedoms. They do everything they can. They sacrifice themselves physically and mentally to protect our country. If the federal government were to place a 10% tax on all cannabis and marijuana-based products sold in the U.S. or sold outside the U.S. as well, I believe it's estimated to bring in about $5.3 billion annually for the U.S., meaning we could still fund everything that the federal government needs to, whether that be oil rigs or public schools, roads, anything, or paying out to other states to help them fund projects that they can't quite handle. In conclusion, veterans suffer from multiple mental illnesses, PTSD, schizophrenia, paranoia, bipolar disorder, and medical marijuana is one of the most researched ways of treatment out there. And I believe it is within everyone's best interest to legalize it. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
okay.
No, I did that for a reason. Because he was going so fast.